I started blogging in 2020. That was 2 years ago. I've come a long way. I never thought when I first started blogging I'd be where I'm at today. So after my first year, I was making about $800 per month. Never thought that would be possible. My goal was to get to $1,000 per month by the end of this year. Year two's over. I'm making $2,000 per month. So maybe after the end of this year, I'll be making 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then I'll quit my job and do it full time. If you're thinking about blogging, why haven't you started yet? There's a lot of money to be made. I actually did an income report last year on my success blogging. I made a website that was worth over $25,000 and after 1 year. So let's check out that video real quick and see what I had to say. First month blogging, I think it's been pretty successful. And then next year, 2021, should probably be a lot better than this. And who knows, maybe I'm hoping to be making $1,000 per month at least. I mean, I'm already making $800 last month, so $1,000 per month shouldn't be too hard to accomplish. So maybe I'll make $2,000 a month by this time next year. But that's the goal. Guess what? We did it. So I mainly make money with my websites in 3 ways: Amazon Associates, AdSense, Ezoic ads. And if you have ads on your website and you're not using Ezoic ads, I'm using both AdSense and Ezoic ads. And by far, I'm earning way more money with Ezoic. So I'll leave a link down in the description box below where you can sign up for Ezoic. They used to have a limit where you needed 10,000 views per month, but now anybody can join. If you're using AdSense instead of Ezoic, you're just leaving money on the table. So definitely check out that link. It is an affiliate link, so I'll earn a small commission, and I really appreciate it if you use it. But anyways, back to the video. So I'm gonna break down everything that I've earned from all my sites on Amazon, Ezoic, and AdSense, and go over everything for the whole year. I'm also going to put a multiplier on my total earnings and see just how much my portfolio is worth after 2 years of blogging. So after the first year, my portfolio was worth about $27,000, mostly my main site. And now let's see where I'm at after 2 years of blogging. There should be a huge difference. So the first thing here is the Amazon Associates. So you see January 1st through December 31st of last year, we made $51 in bounty, and our total profit, the summary here, was $5,994.64. This is just crazy looking at these numbers here. 86,000 clicks, 6,000 ordered items. The amount of money that we made Jeff Bezos, $203,000. That's insane. All right, next here is our AdSense, and this number is so crazy. It was almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this isn't Photoshop, this is real. If that 8 was a 5, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be awesome. But nope, unfortunately. But yep, I'll zoom out here so you can see this is not Photoshop. I didn't fake anything. So here's the graph of my AdSense. You can see it slowly grew up, and then it had a huge spike because throughout the year I was buying sites and selling sites. So that might have been where I bought a site right there. I had a little spike. It's pretty consistent, around $9 a day. So on average, $3, page views around 1,500. So AdSense earns me a little bit of money. I have both AdSense and Ezoic ads on a few of my sites, not all of them. And what I believe happens is when Ezoic doesn't have an ad to show, or their ad that they do have to show is they're bidding less money than AdSense, then an AdSense ad will show, and vice versa. So I don't think AdSense is taking any money away from Ezoic. I think it's just adding to it if it's needed. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't tested it, but that's my theory on it. An extra $1,000 for having AdSense, I'll take it. And now for the big money. Like I said, if you're not using Ezoic yet, link in the description box below. This is where you make the big money. So here's my little graph. January, you can see how low it was, and it slowly grew. And that dark line is the premium. So over the months, as my websites grew, I was eligible for larger and larger premiums, which is where you have to pay a certain amount per month, but you usually get about 50% to 100% return on your money. So right now I'm spending about $220 per month, but I'm making around $350 to $400 per month with premium. So either way, it's worth premium. It's an optional feature you have to get invited to. Yeah, it's just another thing on top of what you're already making with Ezoic. So now looking at the total, you see I had 685,000 visitors across all my websites. That just sounds insane to me. I never would have imagined that I could build websites that would get that many people looking at them. That's just after 2 years. Well, this is 1 year, but after 2 years, I built a site that can bring in that many visitors in a year. I don't know how I did this, but somehow I did. And I have no background on technology. I got A's and B's on some of the classes that I enjoyed, maybe like 2 or 3 of the classes I enjoyed, but the rest of them I got like C's. I didn't go to college. I drive a sweeper truck for my day job, making like $16 an hour. So I'm like the complete opposite of this world. If I can do this, then there's no reason why pretty much anybody can do this. Anyway, so I made $8,267 with Ezoic ads. With the premium, I made $3,148. And when I get to the spreadsheet, we'll see how much I spent on premium, but I think it was probably about $1,000 spent. So our total earnings was $11,416, and across all the sites, our EPMV was $1,666. All right, so here's the spreadsheet. So site number 1, you can see our gross income over all the months. At the beginning, it was making about $800, and by the end of last year, it was making $1,500 per month. That's insane. So over the whole year, we made $14,000. And we also have expenses, of course. So we spent around $500 a month. The total spent for that site last year was $5,000. So our total net profit for that site was $8,827. And then site number 2, we didn't really do anything for that site. We had 1 month in October where we just added a huge batch of content. I think I did like 15 articles. Because of that, the year was in a negative 377. But now that site earns about $40 per month. And when I created that batch of content, it only made about $20 per month. Looking at those numbers, it looks like we doubled the monthly revenue, which means we doubled the value of the site. And if you do about a 40 times multiple, then that site is probably worth about $800 to $1,000 more than it was before. So we spend $500, but we have a site worth $1,000 plus getting an extra $20 a month. I think it was a good investment. Site number 3 is one that we bought and then we sold. I created a video all about this on my channel, going over how much I spent on the site and how much I made from the site. I literally didn't do anything to the site. I maybe added a couple articles to it that I don't think ever even ended up ranking. So I pretty much just bought the site, let it sit, and sold it, and I think I made like $1,000 off it. Site number 3 is my Amiga site. This site so far hasn't really been doing too good all last year. You can see it was just negative, just spending all my money. And I ended up spending $1,600 with little to no results. By the end of the year though, it did finally start picking up, and now it's making about $30 a month. I've spent about $1,500, making about $30 a month. So far, it's not the best investment because I could have just bought a website and made more money than that. But I have a lot of hope for this site going forward. And recently it has started picking up. It had a lot of indexing issues, which I think it's overcome. So I think 2022 will be a good year for this site. Real quick, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you just took 2 seconds of your time to hit the thumbs up button. It helps out this channel a lot. I really appreciate it. Now back to the video. Site number 5 is another site that I bought and sold. I bought it from Motion Invest and I sold it to Flippa. And that site, I think I made like another $1,000 profit. I have a video on my YouTube channel where you can see everything about it. But yeah, that was another successful venture. So I definitely think I need to buy more sites to flip them in like a year or 2 because that seems pretty profitable. So in total, my net income for that site was $3,400. Then the high ticket item site that I bought from Carl, it was a pretty expensive site and it started to make about $600 per month. Recently, it only makes about $300, but part of me thinks that's seasonal. So total for the net income was negative $21,000, and the total gross income, how much it's earned this year, is about $3,000. Then the site that I bought in December of 2021, it's the first month it made $61, and it cost me $2,250. So I think that's a very good investment. So looking at the total amount, we earned $23,175. Our expenses were $35,000 because we bought a couple websites. So our net income was actually negative $12,096. However, if we didn't buy the website from Carl and the other website, that would have been like $27,000. So we actually would have been up about 15 grand. So I would have made $15,000 last year. I wanted to buy those sites as a future investment. So this right here is the total P&L for last year. You can see it month by month, how much we spent, how much we made, and our total net profit. So if you want to pause the video and just check out all those numbers, you can see. So 23,457 is the total amount we made last year. Now they say you can sell your website anywhere from if you do it by the month, it would be about a 30 to a 50 times multiple. Sometimes I've even seen them up to 60. But let's just say we're going to do it yearly. In that case, it would be from a 3x to like a 6x. So I'm just going to say if we multiplied it by about 4.5 times the yearly earnings. My portfolio, if I sold all my websites today, I would make $105,556. So after 2 years of blogging, somebody that drives a sweeper truck is able to build a portfolio of websites that are worth over $100,000. That's $50,000 per year. If I can go from knowing nothing about blogging and watching a crap ton of YouTube videos from income school, learn how to blog and create a business worth over $100,000 in only 2 years, then I think anybody can get into blogging. So if you haven't yet, I definitely recommend you get into it. There's a lot of people you can watch. I started out with income school. I've since graduated from income school, so I don't listen to everything that they say anymore. Starting out, they definitely helped me out a lot. So I definitely recommend new people to go check them out. Watch hundreds of their old videos. That's what I did. And you'll learn a lot about how to get started. Then once you've watched them, you can move on to other people and get more opinions, because other people have different opinions and you can gather all those opinions and form your own. But to start out, I think you should just stick to one person and master the strategies of one person. That way you don't get all confused by everybody else's opinions coming at you. And then once you have a successful website, bringing in like 500 to 1,000 views per month, that's a good sign that it's time to start getting ads on your site. Once you get to that point, you can check out this video right here. It's a quick 5-minute tutorial on how to set your website up on Ezoic ads, and you can start earning some money. I think with 500 to 1,000 views per month, you could be making anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks per month. It's not a lot, but making just a little bit of money definitely motivates you, at least it does for me, to keep going month after month. And soon you'll be right where I'm at.